Hey, Warrior Saints, happy Friday. Welcome to our Crucifixional Life stream. Glad to have you beautiful people in with us. I am Father Chris, your host for today. We love you. Glad you're in. We've been talking about this week how to live your best life now. And some people, when you hear that phrase, you may cringe because you think, well, wait, that's part of what the secular narrative is throwing at us. Just you do you and be happy and get yours and be comfortable. And is that really what our best life could be? We don't think so. We think our best life, you can live your best life when you live a crucifixional life, right? When you live a life that emulates Christ. One of the books that I read recently is called The Power of Consistency by a man named Weldon Long. And he is an incredibly wealthy man. Successful businesses. He's telling a story when he started his first business with, I think it was air conditioners, that he made like $20 million in the first 2 years, whatever it was, some absurd amount of money really quickly because, really exceptional. He tells the story that I write this chapter from my house in Denver, and then he says, well, I'm writing this chapter from my house on the beaches of Maui. The guy has done really well. What's funny about Weldon Long is that, before I get to that, he has two really people who really influenced him on his journey. One of them is Stephen Covey, who you probably know, who wrote The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The second one is Tony Robbins. So I'm sure you know who Tony Robbins is. He's a motivational speaker. He's a life coach type of thing, and most successful, really, really good at what he does. And these two men inspired Weldon Long to be so successful. What's fascinating, here's the funny part, is that Weldon Long is a 3-time felon. You heard that right. He was arrested 3 times, not for stealing gum out of a 7-Eleven. Felony charges, and he spent years in jail. And he had an epiphany. He changed his life while he was in jail. It's a great story. And one of his goals was to have Tony Robbins, who he really admired, write and endorse his book. So when you write a book, I have my text, and on the back I have, beautiful people who wrote wonderful words to endorse my book. Oh, this is so good, buy it. He wanted Tony Robbins to endorse his book. And I read Robbins's endorsement, and I was floored. This Weldon Long, totally rich, totally wealthy, multiple houses, all of it. And Robbins said the following: congratulations on going from jail to contribution. And I was like, what? From going to jail to super wealthy, isn't that what you wanted to say? Or going from jail to super successful, isn't that what you meant to say, Tony Robbins? And I don't think he meant to say that. Well, he didn't, because he didn't say it. From jail to contribution. And so I think what Tony Robbins, and again, I don't know him, this is what I'm interpreting he meant, but I think what he meant to say there is that being great, being successful, jail is obviously somewhere you don't want to be. It's the low point. So in contrast to that, congratulations from getting from that low point to the high point, you would think would be success, being great, living your best life now. And Tony Robbins sees that as contribution. And you know what? I think that's actually pretty awesome. Aren't we called to make an offering to the world? Aren't we called to really be the best that we can be, to live our best life now, that we are not just taking, but that we are giving, that we are producing better, contributing to the betterment of the world? I'd say if we're doing that, we're probably living our best life now. And so you can see that causes, or should cause, a shift in mentality, a shift in our minds, so that we're starting to look away from that selfish into the selfless crucifixional mindset, right? The secular narrative says, live your best life now, take, get. But Christ's way is live your best life now, give. That requires some suffering. That requires some sacrifice. That requires a lot of selflessness. But in so doing, you are contributing to the world. And in a real sense, you have a divine destiny, if I can use those words, a divine destiny to give to the world, to take what you have, the blessings, the gifts, the skills that God has blessed you with, and multiply them in the world. Helping others, whether it be literally helping them with bread for those who are starving and clothing for those who are naked, but also helping those who are struggling through a crisis, who are struggling through the hardships, the challenges of life, to help them as they are also striving to live their best lives now. You see, to live your best life does not mean to take. To live your best life means to contribute back into the world. I think whether he meant it in a crucifixional way or not, I think Robbins' words were great. They inspired me to say, give, 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 contribute. Don't destroy yourself in the process, but give. Let yourself be a contributor to the world. It's not easy to do that because we're fighting against this very powerful and strong secular narrative which says, take. But you can do this. You can shift that mind from selfish to selfless, from you get yours to crucifixional. And we can help you do that. That's why we're here, brothers and sisters. We are here to help you become warrior saints. It's pretty simple. For you to do that, you just have to visit this website, warriorsaints.org. We want you to subscribe to the Way of the Warrior Saint. It is our flagship offering. It's a library. We just have a gazillion teachings in there, and they're like legit. The way these guys help me film and edit this stuff is unbelievable what they come up with. And it's fun, it's fast, it's biblical, it's God's way, it's the cross way to become the best version of yourself. So we encourage you, join us. We'll be back. Well, we'll be back next week on Monday, of course, to teach. In the interim, we will also celebrate Orthros and Divine Liturgy for those who want to join us at 9 and 10 a.m. respectively, Mountains time on Sunday. Love you. Have a great week. I want you to live your best life now. To do that, don't be selfish. Be crucifixional. Love you. Till then, keep walking on the way of the Warrior Saint.